Charles, come on up.
Thank you. I was perfectly happy with my birthday party when I turned 11 in 5th grade. A big gang of boys we went to a city park. My parents took us all, 2 or 3 cars, I guess, and we ate hot dogs and played hardball baseball with no umpires. We ran wild through the woods. It was a little bit feral, and it was awesome. Great time. And I wished for my next birthday party when I turned 12, my parents had remembered how much fun I'd had at the prior year. Unfortunately, they planned something a little different. It was a concert. You might or might not be familiar with Captain and Tennille. They were sort of a light version of Sonny and Cher. They had their own variety show for a while, I seem to remember. And I was kind of into variety shows. I liked the Carol Burnett show, for example, at that time. And the other thing I'm really not sure why my parents thought I would like to go to a Captain and Tennille concert, but I said, yeah, okay, I guess. That's what you do when you turn 12. The other aspect of it was they apparently felt that it was necessary for girls to accompany the boys going to the Captain and Tennille show. I don't really know how they decided on which girls. Allison, I think, and Lisa were in my class, and I don't know how the invitations were issued or how the contact was made, but they showed up at my house, as did a couple of my buddies that I would have been happier to go off and play baseball with, David, I think, and Eric. And we piled into the back of my parents' white Volvo station wagon. We had to fold down the middle seat so we'd all fit in the back. So this is in Dallas, Texas, by the way, which in May, which is when my birthday is May. It's kind of a little bit warm at that point. And in the mid-1970s, Volvo had really yet to perfect air conditioning. So the drive from Dallas over to the Tarrant County Convention Center for the concert was a little bit uncomfortable, beyond just uncomfortable being in sort of close quarters with girls. It was a little bit hot. And so we got to the convention center. At that point, I don't remember a lot about the show. I honestly, at this point, I seem to remember Captain and Tennille's big hit was Muskrat Love, which, you have to wonder what they were thinking. The concert was, it was kind of cool to be in a big crowd. I do remember my parents took me to see a concert when I was much younger. Again, I'm not sure what they were thinking. I went to see Three Dog Night, and the night, it must have been 1970 or 1971. I think there were fireworks afterwards. They thought probably I'd like that part, which I did. But I do remember the excitement of being in a huge crowd in an arena, the cheering, the lights. I think we were in the nosebleeds, so I could kind of see the white pantsuits down on stage, and the captain was at his piano. But that was about it for the concert. The ride home, again, was equally unpleasant. I seem to remember being stuck in traffic trying to get out of the venue. And I don't even know if we stopped and had cake and presents or anything at that point. And I want to pause to say, perhaps you might think I was scarred for life at that point and I gave up on rock music, which is not true. I want to establish that I do have some credibility in that regard. There was a short span in the early 1980s when I saw David Bowie in concert and The Who, and I went to see REM, even the Dead Kennedys, although that was something of a fiasco, and I kind of owe the Dead Kennedys, and please pardon my language, I kind of owe them. Fuck off, Dead Kennedys. They played like for 10 minutes. I was so psyched for this concert. It was going to establish my really hip, cool identity. I'm going to the Dead Kennedys. And then they played for 10 minutes and they were done. So what I'm left with is that I'm not sure what my parents thought they were going to accomplish by sending me to Captain and Tennille with girls, if this was going to put me on the path to sex, drugs, and rock and roll, or some kind of hip teenager life. So I thank them for their efforts, and but it remains at this point, it's a little bit of a sore point with my mom and dad. Thank you very much.